Assalamu alaikum. My name is Assistant Professor Engineer Usman Amjad, and I am making this video on the request of our Honorable HOD Dr. Muhammad Alam, HOD Civil Engineering, Department of Civil Engineering, Abasyn University, Peshawar. This video is solely a property of Abasyn University, and in this video, I'm going to show to the honorable faculty members how we are going to upload our lecture files, how we are going to upload assignments for students, and how we are going to upload quizzes, and how are we going to set up the question paper or questions for our midterm or final term exams. Now, I will start this presentation. When faculty member uses his login and password and he gets logged in into auplms.com, so after logging in, this dashboard will appear. On the dashboard, he will get the list of recently accessed courses. Now, the course of engineering geology has been allotted to me, and I will go through this course. Let me click on this course. When I click on this course, you will be able to see that I have updated week-wise schedule, and week-wise lectures have been uploaded along with the list of assignments and quizzes on this LMS for the students to access and submit their assignments and quizzes. Now, first I would like to explain that how we are going to upload a file on LMS. So for uploading a file, let's suppose I'm going to select this week number 1. So for week number 1, I will go up, and now I will turn editing on here. The editing is already turned on. If it is not on, you will get it on. For example, if it is off, so you will get a button like this as turn editing on. So when you push the button of turn editing on, so it will make the editing possible over here. Now, let us push this button, add an activity or resource. By pushing this button, this particular window has appeared. Now we will add a file over here. Let us suppose if we are uploading a lecture. So for uploading a lecture, we can click on file. If, for example, if you want to upload the lecture in 2 files, let's suppose if you have, the lecture is comprised of 2 files, as the capacity of this particular software is 2 MB, no file greater than 2 MB can be uploaded on LMS. So for that purpose, you can use a folder. But here at this case, I'm uploading only 1 file, so I will click on file here. Remember this point, if you want to upload more than 2 files, so you will click on folder. If you are making a folder of different types of files, 2 files, 3 files, so you will select this folder. But if you're uploading only a single file, you will click on file and you will press the button add. Now for uploading a file, let's suppose I want to upload a file, and my file name is, let's say, introduction to engineering geology. So here is a description over here as well, but there is no need to add a description as the topic has already been mentioned for the lecture. So what I'm going to do, I will move downwards and I will click on this file button. Or you can also add here by using this particular button. As see, the add button is appearing, so you will press on add. Here this window will appear. You will click on choose file, and in choose file you will go to the folder. Let's suppose I'm going to access my folder now. I have placed my lectures in the geology folder, and when I come down here, so let us suppose this lecture number 1 is actually my introduction to the engineering geology. So after choosing this file, I will click on upload this file. When I click on the upload this file, you can see that the file has started to upload on the LMS website. It will take a while to upload. See, the file has been uploaded successfully. Now we will come down and we will press on save and return to course. When you click on save and return to course. So see, this file has been added here as the introduction to engineering and geology. Now it can be easily accessed by students. Students will just log in and they will just click on this file, and this file will be downloaded. You can see it here in the notification bar that the file has been downloaded here successfully. Now the second thing which I'm going to show to you is the how to upload assignments. So let's suppose here in this particular week I want to upload an assignment. So for adding an assignment, I will click on add an activity or resource. Then I will click on assignment. Then I will click on add. I'm going to give the assignment name. Let's say this is assignment, or for example, I'm saying that this is sample assignment. Now there are two options here for uploading your assignment. For theory subject, it is easy to just announce your topic in the description in the description area. I have done it for my course. I will show it to you later. Let's suppose I am announcing a topic. Let's say that I want the students to describe the importance the importance of engineering geology. So I have written the statement. You can see here that the draft has been saved. For let's suppose if the topic, if for example there is a numerical type of subject, because uh, there is no tool here to draw shear force bending moment diagram. Also there is no tool here to draw a beam or a sketch of for example frame or a truss here. Or for example if somebody is teaching transportation or soil, so it will be harder for them to draw here because there is no tool here. So what we are going to do, let's suppose we as we the teachers would have converted that particular image into a Word file or a PDF file, and we will add that here. So for that we'll come down here and we will press on this add button, and we will choose a file over here. So let's suppose I want to add a file. Let's suppose I want to add file, this particular file. Let's say my image and whatever else I'm giving, whatever question I have placed, it is placed in this particular image, and I am it is placed in this particular folder, and I want to upload it here. So I will press on open, and after this I will press on the button of upload this file. So this file will be started uploading. You will wait for a while. See, this particular file has been uploaded. Now there is an option here for availability time. This is actually the time from where you want to start the students to submit these assignments. So let's suppose the assignment submission date here is 1st April, and it is being uploaded on say 12 a.m. So I want to change this time. For example, let's say I want to keep it on 12 p.m. So I want the students to upload it on the 8th April. 8th April is actually the due date. So what I'm going to do, I will go and let's suppose I'm going to give them 12 p.m. on 8th of the April. Now, this is the third option. The third option is known as the cutoff date. For cutoff date, you can restrict the students that after the due date, the students will not be able to submit this assignment. So let us suppose I'm going to select the date of 9. So after 9th April, see, after 9th April at this time, the student will not be able to submit the assignment. If you want to place a reminder for grading, you can place it, but here I do not want to be reminded, as I already know student will upload the assignments. So I will go there and grade it later. So there is no need of submitting this option or selecting this option. Now there are two types of submission types here. For theory subjects, let's suppose if my subject is a theory subject, so I am also allowing the online text here to be submitted. And I'm also giving the option of students to upload the file if they want to upload a file, they want to write it down on a page and then take a photocopy of it and then put it in the cam scanner and scan it, and then they want to upload it. So they can also provide this option to me as well. I'm allowing both the options. Now, let us suppose for online text, I want to give them a word limit. For example, I want to give them a word limit, so I can enable the word limit here. But it's better not to enable the word limit here. Let the students decide how much text they want to submit. Now, you can also set a limit on the maximum number of uploaded files. Let's suppose you do not want the assignment to be more than 8 pages. So you can select here as 8 pages over here. This will restrict the number of pages which the students are going to submit. Now, maximum submission size, you can also decide it over here, but it's better to keep it 2 MB as the maximum available size is already here in 2 MB. So there is no need to reduce the size over here. Now, you can also put a restriction on the accepted file types as well, but there is no need to put this restriction. Now, let us go into the feedback. So there is no changes over here, no change over here. And let's go down. There will be no change over here. Notifications, there shouldn't be any change over here. Now, let us go to the grade. So see, it is showing you that marks, the maximum marks of this assignment will be 100. I do not want the marks of this assignment to be 100. I want the marks of this assignment to be 10 marks. So I uploaded here as 10 marks as the maximum grade of this assignment. It is moved on. So in the rest of the modules, there will be no changes. I will only select save and return to course. So as we can see here that the sample assignment has been added over here, and the sample assignment now the student, what the student is going to do, he will come here and he will click on this sample assignment, and this particular window will appear to them. The topic will be given over there. See, I've uploaded the file over here. The student can access their questions. For example, if it is a numerical subject and you have given a figure or a diagram, the student can access their questions over here. Describe the importance of engineering geology. So this is the first part of the assignment. I have now explained that how the theory subject teachers and the numerical subject teachers can upload their assignment using the HTML text editor, and also through a file if they have provided the question in the form of an image or in the form of a figure in a PDF or a Word file. So they can upload it over here and the student can access it here. Now, let us move on towards the assignment-based question. Assignment-based question. What are we going to do for assignment-based midterm exam? If anybody is taking an assignment-based midterm exam, so what is he going to do? So let's suppose if anybody wants to take an assignment-based midterm exam, let me rename this one now. I will rename this, for example, if anybody is taking an assignment-based midterm exam. So what will be done here? Sorry, it was not entered. Let me enter it again. Assignment based midterm exam. So, let me correct this one. So this has been changed to assignment-based midterm exam. Now what I want to do, I want to go and change the settings. As you can see over here, that if you define this and you upload the document will be displayed to the students. So what I want to do, that this particular document shall not be displayed to the students before the mentioned time. Let's suppose my mentioned time is 1st April. So I do not want this document to be uploaded, to be displayed to the students on before that time. So what are we going to do? The option here is that you will go into the edit settings. Now in here in the description, I do not want to write the question. I will now announce to the students that let's suppose exam will start, for example, on 11th of April 2020, and will end on same date. Start time of exam will be, let's say I want to give the time 11:00 a.m. and the end time will be let's say I want to give 1 hour grace period to the students. My attempt time will be this much, but as for example, if it is a numerical subject, and for numerical subject the student will sit down, they will solve their paper. So I want to give some grace time to the student. So let's say I will give them only 30 minutes grace time, so that if anybody is facing an internet issue, he might be able to sit down at a place, find a stronger internet connection, and there he will be able to upload that file. So as you know that the student will attempt, and then is going to take pictures of the documents which he's going to upload, and he's going to scan them in the cam scanner. So it will also take some time. So I will give them a grace time of, let's say if my paper is 2 hours, so I will give them a grace time of 30 minutes. So I will write down here that the paper is going to end at let's say for example 1:30 p.m. Now this is the picking up point of for the assignment based question. You will write down that questions, or let's say question paper, will be available to student on say 10:59 a.m. on 11th April 2020. Now what does this line means? This line means that the teacher will get logged into the system as we do in the exam halls. What we do, we start distributing the paper just 1 minute before the start of the exam. 1 minute before the superintendent goes into the hall, and before the start of the exam, 1 minute before, he opens the envelope and he distributes the question. So the same thing we are going to do over here. You will write down for the information that the questions of the question paper will be available to the student on 10:59 a.m. on the 11th April 2020. It means that you are, see these two timings, you are exactly going to provide the students the question paper 1 minute before the start of the exam. So for this purpose, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to remove this file. Let's say I want to remove this file. Say for removing this file, I will click on this, and no, sorry, I will, for removing this file, I will click on this for particular folder, and I will press delete button. So see, this particular paper is now deleted from here. Nothing will appear to students before their time. The same setting has been done over there. Now for example, let me change the time over here for your information. So allow submission form, this allow submission form is actually the start time of the exam. So I'm setting the start time of exam as 11, and I will set the date of 11th April over here. Now the due date of this particular assignment is also I have mentioned over there that it is assignment based midterm exam. So the due date is also 11th April, and the time I have set here is uh, the 13, and here I'm going to choose 30 minutes. My paper is going to start on 11 a.m. and it will end at 1:30 p.m. So it is that time. Now uh, let us let us let us remove this cutoff date, and it's better to enable the cutoff date. Let us suppose, for example, you want to enter 11th April, and for example, you will mention the time that after, let's suppose Yes, after 13:30. Let me choose the time here. After 13:30, the student will not be able to submit this particular assignment. So see, this is just like this is actually the scenario of a paper. Allow submission from, it means the start of the paper. Now, and due date is actually the due date. In the due date, you have mentioned the date and the time on which the mm, the deadline for submitting the paper will end. And you are also mentioning the cutoff date, that after the due date, no one will be able to, or after the due time, no one will be able to submit the assignment to me. So it is just like scenario, like an exam hall. In the exam hall, you have given 2 hours. Here, I have given 30 minutes extra grace time, so that the student, if he is facing an internet issue, he may be able to address this in the 30 minutes, which I have provided him extra. So he will attempt the paper, he will take pictures, and he can upload it here. Now, it is already decided in the departmental meeting that it is up to the teachers that how much grace time they want to give to the students here. Now, same here, online text and file submissions both are enabled. It depends upon the subjects. And grade here. Now let me go to the grade. So in the midterm exam grade, you want to change here. Now I will enter marks 25 over here. 25 marks. As we all know that the midterm exam marks range varies between 25 marks and 30 marks. So I will enter it over here, and then I will select save and return to course. Now I have selected save and return to course. So I will click it over here. Now see, this announcement is made over here, assignment based midterm exam. The exam will start on 11th April of 2020 and it will end on the same date. The start time of exam will be 11 a.m. and the end time will be 1:30 p.m. Questions or question paper will be available to the student on 10:59 a.m. So what I'm going to do as a teacher, remember that just we do at in the real life scenario, we will go to the exam hall. We go to the exam hall and we distribute question papers. So what you're going to do, before 1 minute, before 1 minute the start of the exam, you will log into this website. You will log into LMS. You will come here in edit option. You will select edit settings, and you will just come here. You're not going to change anything else. You will just come here and you will add the question paper over here on the designated time. Let's say it is 10:59. So you will log in on 10:58. On 10:58, when you select all these options and you click on submit the paper will be submitted automatically over there. And just before the start of the exam, 1 minute before, or 2 minutes before, or 3 minutes before, the student will get the question paper. And after 3 minutes, the exam time will begin and the student will start solving this question. So remember, when the exam is starting, just before the start of exam, 1 minute before, you will log into the system, into your system, and you will upload the question paper over here, or the questions. You can also type the questions over here. If it is a theoretical type of paper, you can also type the questions over here as well. But I am telling this for the those teachers who are teaching numerical based subjects, who have to give the values of loads, who have to give the value of steel bars, and design values will be given there. So for them, this is a very good option. So I will now just save and return to course. Okay, now this much is done. Now I will try to show how we are going to add a quiz over here. So for adding the quiz, let me take you towards this option. Let's suppose I want to add a quiz. So I will select on add an activity or resource, and after clicking on add an activity or resource, I will come on the quiz option. I will select the quiz option over here, and after selecting the quiz option, I will push add button. Now let's say I want to name this quiz. This is, for example, this is sample quiz. This is sample quiz. Now in the description, let us suppose I want to add something else. It's up to you that whatever you want, if you want to write anything in description or not. But there is no need to writing anything in description, because the questions will be set it upon later. This is the criteria for setting up the quiz. Now this timing. Now see, the quiz option can also be used for setting up your midterm examination. It can also be used here for setting up your midterm examination time, and it can also be used for setting up MCQs based quizzes. So what are you going to do? You are going to set up the open the quiz time, the close the quiz time, and you're going to provide some time limit over here. It is the same just like assignment. And assignment, it was the submit in assignment, in place of open the quiz, they had written the submission time of the assignment, and instead of close the quiz they have written that due date, and instead of for example cutoff date. So I'm cutoff date is not mentioned here, so instead of cutoff date they are defining the time limit of the paper over here. So there are different options, different options available for the teacher's convenience. It is upon the teacher and the type of course they're teaching, what they want to decide and what they want to add here. So for example, I'm enabling the quiz time over here. Let us say the quiz time is 17:32, and now the closing the quiz time. For example, I want to the quiz may be closed in, for example, let's say if it is MCQs. So I want this to be say I want this to be say just only 30 minutes, only 30 minutes MCQs, for example. Now let me set a time limit over here. That in my quiz, I will show it to you later. I have provided 20 MCQs. So for one MCQ, 1 minute will be more than enough. So I am setting a time limit that, but between this half hour, when the time begins, whenever the student starts his quiz, the questions which should be appearing to him, they must be in the the questions, they must be only the questions which should appear, they should shuffle, and this time limit will decide that how much time you want to give to the paper. Now only 20, I have only given 20 MCQs over here. So one MCQ is only going to take 1 minute. So 20 MCQs will be solved in 20 minutes. So between these 30 minutes, whenever the student gets online, when the paper starts, he will only get 20 minutes to complete his paper. He will not get 20 minutes extra. This I've only given 10 minutes grace minutes for example, internet problem or any other problem. I have given extra 10 minutes, but apart from that, there is no need to provide them because they are simple MCQs. If they know, they know. If they don't know, they will just miss their out. Okay. Now let us move towards the grade. So grade to pass, this should not be mentioned over here. And attempts allowed, you're going to restrict this, because if you do not restrict this, then it is going to give you error in the submission of the student. So I'm going to restrict the attempt to only one attempts over here. Now let us move towards the layout. So don't need to change this one. Question behavior, this is important. This thing is important. The questions, I want the questions to shuffle within questions. The questions must shuffle. So this should be kept yes over here. This will reduce the chances of cheating online for the students. For example, if MCQ number 1 is appearing to a student, so to other student MCQ number 2 will be appearing. To the others, so for the third student MCQ number 20 will be appearing. For the fourth student MCQ number 15 will be appearing. So this will reduce the chance of cheating over here. In the review options, now this is very important. Uh, for these all options which are in the dark form, in the second column, in the third column, and in the fourth column, they must be unchecked. So see, I am unchecking all these options over here. I am unchecking all these options over here. So this, by unchecking all these options, nothing, neither part of your questions which you have provided to the students will appear before that time. Because if you do not uncheck these options which I've unchecked, so what will happen, that questions are going to be short. See, these options are fixed. So when I want to click them, only the cross button is appearing here on the screen. So it is very important that you must uncheck these options. See, this, it is written during the attempt. So during the attempt, you want the student to to see that whether he is attempting or not. Because if you also uncheck this option, so the student will not be able to attempt the paper which you have provided. So you want to leave this option check here. But immediately after the attempt, you do not want to communicate anything after the attempt with the student. Later, while the quiz is still open, no, you do not want to communicate anything while the still is open. And after the quiz is closed, no, You do not want to communicate anything else after the quiz is open. So during the attempt, these options are by default checked over here, and they will and this will appear to the student. Now, appearance. So there is no need to check on the appearance. Extra restrictions on the attempt, no need for this one as well. And overall feedback, no need for this one as well. Now let us move and save and return to course. Now let us set up a sample quiz over here. For setting up the sample quiz, I'm going to click on this sample quiz to see the students. This particular line will appear over here. Attempts allowed 1. This quiz opened at Wednesday 1 April 2020, and this quiz will close on Wednesday 1 April 2020. So nothing will appear to the questions. Now there nothing will appear to the students. If you want to verify it, I will show you a method. You will come here in this drop down option, and you will click on switch role to. You will click on switch role to. So when you click on switch role to, you can switch your role to a student. So when you click your role to a student to see, sample quiz. I'm clicking on sample quiz. So this nothing is appearing to the student. Let me add the questions. Then I will come back again as a student, and you will see that no button will appear over here. But actually, as I have given the time of 1st April in 5:32, so it is appearing here. So let me change this time to another date so that that it is confirmed to you that it will not appear. So I will return to my normal role over here. Let me go again. I will click on turn rating on. Then I will come down. I will click on the settings of this quiz. And after clicking the settings of the quiz, I will go to the timing. Let's suppose I'm changing the timing to 2nd of April, for example, tomorrow. So I will go and save and return to course. Then I'm again go to 2nd February of the. Now let us see if it is saved. No, it is not saved. I will go and save it again. Edit settings, time. So let's suppose I want to change it on to 2nd of the April. Now let us move down and also click on 2nd of the April here as well. Now I will move down and save and to return to course. Now let us check again. So see, it is being saved over here. Now it is showing me the option of edit quiz, but let me check and go there, and let's check there that whether the option is appearing to student or not. Switch role to. Now I will go to student. Let me click on this one, sample quiz. So as I have added no questions over here, so it is suggesting to the student that no questions are added here. But I assure you that nothing will appear here to the student. Let me add questions and then check it again as a student role. Go return to my normal role. It is very important to cross check here. I am cross checking here as well because you do not want to make a mistake here and make all questions visible to the students before the time. So I will just go inside there and have a quick look on the appearance and the question behavior review options. Let me check the review options over here. See, only the attempt will be visible to the student, so it is safer for me here. Now let me go again. I will save and return to the course here. Now let us click on the sample quiz. In the sample quiz, you will come here and click on the edit quiz. Now in edit quiz, you will come here and select add, and in add you will select add a new question. Now there are different types of questions are given over here. Multiple choice, true, false, matching, numerical, essay, every type of question is available over here. Let us suppose I'm preparing a short quiz over here. I want to give true, false to the students. So I will click on add over here. So now question name has appeared here. Now I'm giving the question name as let's say question number 1. Now I'm giving a text over here. So let's say, for example, that engineering Geology has a direct impact on civil engineering projects. So default mark of this particular question, this true false, is 1. Now I will go here, and you can change this mark over here. For example, if you want to give 20 questions, let's say I'm giving it 0.5 marks. So I want to I want this quiz to be of 10 marks, and I will give 20 questions. So for 10 marks it will be 0.5 marks. And now let's say they're asking the correct answer. So you are going to tell to the software that what is the correct answer. This answer is actually true, so I will select true over here. As the statement is true, so I will now save changes. Now you can also set up an option of multiple tries, so it is by default 1. So you can save changes over here. Now see, this option has been added. Now 10 marks. You can see over here that the maximum grade of this quiz is 10 marks, and the total marks up till now, the questions which are added up till now are of 0.5 marks. What is the question? This is question number 1. It has been added here. Now let us go towards the main point, that whether this quiz will be appearing to the student or not. Whether this quiz will be shown to the student or not. So let us move out of this place now, and I will click on switch role to as a student. Let's see that whether these questions will appear to the student or not. Now sample quiz. Now see, this quiz is not currently available. See, if as a student I log on to here, this will not be shown to the student before the 2nd April 2025 32 p.m. and this quiz is going to close on 6:02 p.m. So I have now shown you that how you can add questions in a true false type of quiz. Now let me explain that how you can, if for example you're making a subjective type of quiz, so how you can prepare a subjective type of quiz over here. Now let us return to my normal role. Now here I'm going to turn editing on, and now for in this sample quiz I'm going to let us add another quiz as an add an activity or resource, and here I'm going to add a quiz. So it is, I'm going to add it over here. Now let us suppose if for the case of midterm exam, if anybody is having a theoretical type of paper, or for example if anybody is having a subjective type of paper as well, he can add this option over here. Now let's say I am adding this for a subjective type of paper, explanatory type of paper. This is for example sample exam. Now no need to type a description over here. Let us set up the timing here. Now the time here is, for example, I want to set up on 2nd of April 1745, and then let me enable this time. I want to set it on 2nd of April, and the end time will be, let's say 19:30 minutes, and the time limit which I want to allow for this particular papers will be 2 hours. This is, let's say, 2 hours. I am going to allow 2 hours over here now. Now this is this has been set over here. The grace period for this submission of the quiz or the exam is 30 minutes. I've given them 30 minutes. Now let's suppose if it is explanatory and it's going to take some time, so I can also increase this grace time over as well. Let's say I want this quiz to be submitted on, let's say, a 20th hour, and I will make it to 0. Let's say this is 0 as well. So see, 18, 19 and 20. So it is 3 hours paper. So the time limit allowed for this paper will be 2 hours. The 1 hour which is actually given in this will be the grace period for students if they are facing any kind of internet problem. So grade will be uncategorized. Do not touch it. Attempts allowed will be only 1, the same as before. The question behavior is important. It should be yes. It should be shuffled. The questions should be shuffled. Review options. should be unchecked over here immediately. Now all the review options, I will uncheck them over here. You can see that I have unchecked all the review options over here. And after that, I want to go to appearance. No more appearance is needed. No more settings is required over here. Now let us save and return to course. So this is the sample exam. For sample exam, we will click on this one for adding the questions. So edit quiz on for by after clicking edit quiz, you can come here in this add option. You will select on add a new question, and after adding a new question, you can click on essay. Let's suppose I want to give an explanatory paper, so I will click on essay and I will click on add here. And now I will come here. Let's suppose that I want to provide a question over here. Let's suppose question, this is question number 1. You can type the text of the question over here, and for example, default marks, if it is midterm paper, let's say question number 1 is of 5 marks, I'm giving it over here. Now this particular option here is because somebody might ask here that what is going to happen that if we are having a subjective type of paper. So you can add the file here. You can see that there is an option of inserting an image or edit image over here. You can add your question paper over here as well if you want the student to attempt the question. And there is also a file of an option of manage files here as well. So let's come down here, and I will show you that how you are going to provide two options to the students for submission. So for theory papers, HTML editor is automatically enabled over here, and HTML, and so it will be easy for the students who are having a theory paper. They can type their lines here. I want to increase the number of lines here as 40 lines, and I want the student to enter the text here. Now I want to allow attachments over here, and for attachments I will as the number of attachments are here is no, so I will allow it to unlimited. Because if, for example, if somebody is if a student is following a numerical type of question, for example, so he will be uploading his image, so I will set an unlimited option over here. Now attachments here is optional, so it should not be optional, it should be kept to uh, it should be kept to optional, because there is no need to put limitations over here. But it will be better that you put a limit of, for example, one. If you're putting a limit of 1 over here, so the student will be able to upload only one page per time. Now this is the gradient information. There is no need to set this one. Let us check this response template. So it is also not required. Let us save changes. So see, question number 1 will be uploaded here, and the statement will appear over here. It can easily be uploaded over here now. Now if somebody wants to upload the question, let us suppose that, let us explore that. If somebody wants to upload a question from question paper, what will happen? Let's say I click on edit here, and I click on, let's suppose I'm clicking on insert on image, edit image or file. So you can enter the image or file from here. See, you can select the image or file, and you can upload it here, and after saving it, it will appear to the student for solving. So this is the method how you can set up a quiz, how you can set up an assignment, how you can set up an assignment based midterm examination, how you can set up an MCQ type quiz, and how you can upload your documents. So I hope that is enough for today, and this will serve the purpose. I'm sorry for hiccups, because it is my first time that I'm making a video blog, so my confidence level is not up to the mark. But please do leave your reviews and comments. If there is any problem, I will answer the questions. Thank you.